Ya.
¿Listos? ¿Está grabando este?
Hello. Today we're going to show you our solution for the project for Estampados Anglo. We are team 10. The team members are Melissa, Dulce, Aldo, Constanza, and Esteban is online, and me, Julián. And for this project, we based our solution in the main user stories. And as any project, these have changed. For example, here we have the first user story before developing the project, and here we have the after developing the project. Here we can see that we have a more data-driven solution and also a more effective one, and this can help to really make a difference to Estampados Anglo.
The problem was that actually there was a lot of manual implications in this process, that this could lead to actual problems tracking and also in operational problems. This means that there could be some mistakes about the customer order, and this could lead to a bad customer satisfaction when you deliver the final product. The goal at the end, in the next slide, was this.
Next slide.
The goal was the development of that help us to automatize and actually reduce the manual operation in this process. By this, one of the principal scopes was first to digitalize the process so the user can actually order by their own app, and there doesn't need to be that needs to be used in a more formal way. Secondly, digital the repository of the samples, make a database that allows you to research and have a more better tracking of the orders in an Excel sheet, and at the end have a visualization of these orders so we can have some improvements by having the full picture of the orders, and we can take more informed decisions.
So how are we going to make this? Melissa and I decided to develop our apps-based application for Estampados Anglo to digitalize the request process, automate the generation tabular sheet, store data in Excel files, and integrate it with 2 Power BI dashboards that we will be showing when we demonstrate our app.
So, how did we manage our project? For this project, we chose an agile methodology, a specific in Scrum, and why did we go for this kind of methodology? First, agile allows us to adapt to changing requirements. So if we had new ideas we wanted to implement, we could do them even if we didn't take them into account at first. We also delivered the features incrementally, and this ensured we have continued feedback from our teachers and from the forming partner in order to optimize the process. For agile methodology, we include refinement, and in our case, we had to create a third sprint due to new tasks that we included and tasks that we could not finish in time, and we moved to tasks from the second to the third sprint. Here you can see some of our daily meetings, our Kanban board, our burn down and up chart, and here for example our sprint number 2.
So talking about the agile and Scrum methodology, for the sprint definition or sprint planning, we define first 2 sprints, and also as my partner said, we refine the planning by adding a third sprint. But well, for the first sprint, we do the core functionality in which we do the principal aspect that is the request form from the client that will develop the on-stamp request form for the receiving of the instructions that the company will do to ensure that the client has the ones that they need. And so for the sprint 2, we do the automatization in Power Automate and also in Power Apps, in which we develop the app and also the automatization that we ensure that the dashboard and also implement the dashboards that will integrate all the information and visual information for have a more visual information for the company also. And for the sprint 3, the TI team do the digital transformation implementation of the solution.
And for the project management part, we decided to use Azure DevOps, which is a powerful and easy platform that can allow us to manage our tasks. We decided to use user stories and break down those user stories into tasks, and those tasks were assigned to the developers of the TI team. And we can see here a task example, which has the name, the team member that the task was assigned to, the description, which has the acceptance criteria, the priority of the task, and also the effort that we take.
So, as my teammate said, we assign estimated hours of effort and also story points based on the Fibonacci methodology, also from Scrum. For every task, we enumerate every task that we do in the sprints. Also, this is also an example, so there is not all the tasks that we do for all the 3 sprints, but we do this like an example of a table that we estimate hours of effort for every team member, and also, well, that's the planning we do for the planning program. And for the prioritization, also we do this another example in which we also do the must-go methodology, in which we ensure that to determine which tasks are the priority, so we can ensure that the project is completed in time and in quality.
Therefore, the result of the Moscow methodology and the Fibonacci story numbers, we have our example for sprint number 3. Here are our tasks, the priorities, the estimating hours, and our acceptance criteria. And this was the methodology we used for all the tasks of all the user stories in the 3 sprints.
So here we have the data flow diagram of our Power App Mate. Essentially, all the important processors are integrating Power Apps. Power Apps communicates with Power Automate to upload the images in OneDrive. An Excel virtually maintains the Power Apps like to have the data updated, and the forms goes to Power Automate to have an email to confirm that your order is being processed, and also in Power Apps we have like the links to our Power BI dashboard. So we will do a demonstration of our app that is here. It's the one that I work with my also TI team. So Dulce will make us like the first steps of our app.
Yes. So we first are going to review our forms. That is Estampados Anglo is APCB. We already fill it, so we don't have to go to that process. But basically, the client will be given a link, and they will fill it, and then they will send it, and we can see that it automatically fills an Excel in the last line. Now we're going to see the order page, and we can see we have already filtered a name, and for example my partner Melissa, and we can, well, this problem happens because of regionalization, but if we search my partner Melissa's name, we can see all her orders, and we can see some of her ID, name, and all the data that we need, and we can also filter it and do new orders.
Then we have our part of uploaded image. As we could explain, we add a picture, and first, for example, we have this one, and I could put like the same client and another whatever number. I put like to save the image. If we want to our drive, I have like the folder. I updated. And if we can see, we have the same folder with a new number, and our photo here uploaded in an organized way. Okay, whatever. But the thing is that the image is there and in an organized way by the order number and for a client, and also we have like a mail that tells you that the image is uploaded. If we go back again, we can have our flyer sheet, and we have every section. It functions the same as the order section. We have the Excel that retroalimentates the data in the Power App, and also if we want like to search one specific client, for example, one that we have made a little bit before the presentation, we have the information. And this process with every section we have in the digital flyer sheet. Then we have our dashboards, the dashboard that our team made for the clients that will explain Julian.
Well, as I said before, this is a data-driven solution. So we care about the data. We pre-process this data that we created with a Python program. Well, here we have, first of all, filters and slicers. You can filter the data by client, fabric, and date. We also have four KPIs, which show us the total number of orders, the percentage of the urgency of each order, and also all the mirrors that were produced by our client. We also have a distribution, a color scheme distribution that shows us which colors that we produce the most. We also have a scatter plot, so we can analyze the data and we can see which fabric is that we use the most. Also the fabric in a pie chart. We also have the trend, so we can see the seasonal fluctuations that the mirrors that we produce. And we also have our top 10 clients based on the order capacity, and also a graphic that shows for each client the percentage if the order was with urgency or no urgency. And that's the dashboard.
Then we have our dashboard being of the machines with the machines data. That is
Well, this second dashboard also has these filters, and you can filter the month, the client, and the two machines my classmates have already explained. You can also filter well the year, and in here, as you choose, for example, one of the machines, you're going to see the volume that each client has per month. We also have, like, for example, the volume per machine. Here, there's only one selected, so everything for the key machine. The monthly volume, the client with the most volume, the total volume, the day also with the highest volume, the month, and the day of the week that have the highest volume, which could help you for the planning, for the monthly planning, and the top 3 clients with the greatest volume per month.
So we return to our presentation. Esteban will explain the implementation costs.
Yes. For the implementation cost, not to require a license, so many of these licenses have to be for subscription. No, so the cost will be per year. First, for the Power Automate, that is the outdoor is deploy the application, that will be 3,600, and secondly for the Power Apps Premium. No? And finally, for the Power VR Premium, both the Power Apps have a cost of 2,088 Mexican pesos, and the Power BI Premium that has a cost of 2,400 Mexican pesos. And also for the implementation in have a more visual tablet in the Fabric, we recommend you buy $2,000 set that have a cost around 10,000 pesos. And as the final cost would be 18,800 pesos.
So some of the lessons learned were that visit to our client help us analyze what what the critical problems are. And we also learned that the app made the process simpler for us and brought all the key metrics together. And we also learned that Azure DevOps, Power Automate, Power BI, and other applications help enhances business efficiency and decision making. And
related to the Scrum methodology, we learned that the daily meetings were key for adaptability because we could see what our partners in TI were seeing during class, and we could apply these and maybe pop up new ideas and so on. Also, in the Scrum methodology, there is always a risk of incorporating our tasks, as we know, because it's flexible. But this could also be an issue because if there's like very strict due date, then we have to further adapt to meet that date. And finally, that better monitoring of the company's performance can be obtained with the app. And however, it can be further tailored to your needs, so it can always be like, it's only a base for us to keep on working with Estampados.
And that's all for our presentation. Thank you for
igual nada más muchas felicidades a los dos. Excelente trabajo, Omar.
Sí, también fue un buen trabajo. Nada más tengo una pregunta nada más para el tema de aclaración. Cuando dicen que las reuniones diarias les ayudaron mucho con el tema de la adaptabilidad, ¿cómo? ¿Por qué? ¿Cómo lo manejaron para llegar a esa lección aprendida?
Vale, pues cada vez que nos veíamos, normalmente antes teníamos cursos separados, es decir, los de Project Management y aparte los de TI. Entonces los de TI nos iban informando más o menos qué era lo que iban viendo, nos iban explicando cómo funcionaba Power Automate, Power Apps, y con base en eso nosotros decíamos, entonces se puede implementar esto, o entonces esto como que no, esto hay que dejarlo fuera. Y eso pues nos ayudó a tener una visión más clara de a dónde era a lo que íbamos a llegar y si podíamos añadir cosas demás, y pues así nos podíamos adaptar a nuestros conocimientos.
Ok, muy bien. Muchas gracias.
Before to congratulate team number 10, I'd like to say something to team number 11. The dashboard was great. Congratulations. Your presentation is amazing. I like it so much. Your dashboards, there are two. I like it. To include cost, that is great. Also, Supermador is, of course, he's going to tell you something about it, but I would like to highlight that is I remember that is the only thing that considers costs. Yeah, so that's a great point to include in your presentation. And each member of this team have great skills and abilities. Is a consequence that you worked so hard. And congratulations, that's my final report. Thank you.
thank you.
Felicidades, es el único equipo que incluyó los datos de costos y los datos de las licencias. Nada más una pregunta. ¿Esta licencia se puede aplicar para varios equipos o solo para uno por licencia?
La propuesta fue planteada como que sean solo una cuenta de Microsoft y en esa misma cuenta aplicar todos las licencias que acabamos de mencionar. Por lo tanto, solo sería una licencia y ambas se compartirían en ambas tablets.
¿Una licencia?
¿O en otras computadoras?
Exacto.
Gracias.
Well, congratulations. Also, the highlight of the cost is very important because we, in many of the other presentations, since we do not require this in the rubric, no one mentioned that, but it is in the triple axle or the variance triangle. You have to keep the tracking of the time, the scope, and the cost. So very good. And the other thing, and this is for all the teams in all the presentations, since you have already the information in Excel, you just have to add up the barcode system and you can print whatever you want, the barcode. So in terms of cost, you mentioned the cost, of additional hardware of just 2 tablets. But I told you it is really inexpensive to buy a barcode device, and you can, I mean, not only your team, but other teams could include that as part of your proposal, because at the time you receive the parts, you can print out the barcode, put it on your boards, and do a very detailed follow-up without having any typo or any missing information throughout the process. So I expected that to see in some time and with some teams. But everybody is afraid of grabbing a barcode reader. Believe me, just buy one, play with it, and you will enjoy it. Okay? So congratulations for that. And I believe we need to do a wrap-up of comments from all the teachers for all the groups. So who wants to start?
So,
Well, congratulations.